Hello everyone, welcome to the course Front-End Development Frameworks for Web Application. This is Dr. Sunita Bulla, Associate Professor in the Department of ELGE, KL University. The last session we discussed Introduction to Git and Git Lifecycle. In this session we are going to focus on Git Operations. By end of this session we can able to understand what is a uh, Git operation and what are the Git operations are available and how to use these operations in the real-time software development situations. So now let's start with the Git operations. So these are the basic Git operations: push, pull, fetch, reset, revert, clone, branch, merge. These are the basic Git operations. Let's start with the first operation, push operation. So now push operation command is git push origin branch name. So we already know this command we cannot execute directly in the working directory. As per the Git lifecycle rules, we have to execute this push command in the local repository stage only. Okay, so let's start the push operation. So for the push operation, we need to follow the few steps. Step 1, create project directory. First, create one project directory in the local machine. Now, create one folder for our subject purpose. Scale to. Now, create a one project directory. Now, my project directory name is first tab. Up to now, I don't have any projects. I created one project directory. I don't have a files also. Now, project directory name is a first tab. Okay. Now, step 2. Create remote repository. So we are taking GitHub as a remote repository service as per our curriculum. We are taking GitHub as a remote repository service. Now we need to create one remote repository in the GitHub website. Now go to the GitHub, open GitHub, log in with your account. Now this is my GitHub account. Here to create a repository, now in the top right corner we can see the plus icon. Now click on the plus icon, click on the new repository. Now enter the repository name, first tab. Now first of all, uh, here one condition is there: project directory name and remote repository name should be same. So it's not mandatory, but as a developer we need to follow the ethics. So that is the reason we need to maintain project directory name and remote repository name should be same. In my local system, project directory name is first tab. That is the reason I taken remote repository name is a first tab. Now no need to touch anything, just create a repository. Click on create repository. So now this is the remote repository. If you want to verify, click on your icon, top right corner, click on repositories. So now I have only one repository name is first app. Open the repository. Whenever you created the repository, we can see the lifecycle commands. So now we can see the few commands. These commands are called lifecycle commands. Now copy these commands. Step 3. Execute git lifecycle commands. For push operation. So these are the lifecycle commands. These commands are copied from repository. Whenever you created the repository, it shows the git lifecycle commands. Copy these commands and paste here. First, we need to execute all these commands in our project directory location. Okay. Open the project directory in the command prompt. So this is the project directory address. Now select this project directory, execute the command cmd. This directory location will open on command prompt. So now we need to open a directory address in the command prompt. First, we need to verify git installed or not. Git hyphen hyphen version. If git version is not available, we need to install the git software. Then after configuration completed or not, we need to verify git config hyphen hyphen list. Spelling mistake. So see here, my account is configured in a local system. Okay, git configuration completed. In this directory location, we need to execute lifecycle commands. Before going to execute lifecycle commands, see here, I don't have any files to push from local repository to remote repository. Now first we need to create a file. So for creation of file purpose, we have a one command. Command is echo first app readme.md. Okay. So copy this line, first line, execute first line. Whenever you executed first line, see here readme.md is created in your local directory. So now readme.md. So now echo is a command to create a file. Echo is a command to create a file, that readme.md. The readme.md contains the text name is hash first app. Now open readme.md. So inside the readme.md we can see the text first app. Right? Now file is there. My target is I want to push this readme.md into local repository to remote repository. Now first command, as per the life cycle, first command git init is a command. This command is used to convert working directory into working directory into git identified directory. Okay. The first command git init, copy this command and execute. Enter. See here, Whenever you executed git init, there is an empty git repository created in our directory. So see here the location class work in this location .git folder created. .git folder created. Now open. See here we cannot see .git folder here. That is a hidden file. If you want to see the .git folder, now enable hidden items. You can see the Git folder. The Git folder contains refs, objects, info, hooks. All these are related to the Git. Now your project is identified by the Git. Okay, your project directory, your working directory is identified the Git. Okay. Now without this Git folder, you cannot execute any Git related commands in the project directory. Okay, now this is a Git directory. Git folder created in our project directory. Now we can perform push operation from life cycle steps. Now once it is created, we need, verify by executing the command git status. Now see here git status. Whenever you type the git status, now the git status is showing readme.md. There is a file. That file we can forward from local project directory to remote repository. Next, we have only one file, so the readme.md. If you want to send the entire project, we can use the dot. If you want to send a particular file, then we will use the file name. Okay, now second command, the git command, git add readme.md. Now what happens, whatever this readme.md, this readme.md move to the staging area. Okay, whenever you execute git add readme.md, now this readme.md transfer to the staging area. If you want to verify, click on git status. Okay, now see here, whenever you click on the git status, it is a green color text. That new file is a readme.md. The green color text indicate it is a staging area. Okay, now the staging area having the file, then we can send that file to the remote repository. Now the file is in the staging area. Next we need to forward that file into the local repository. The local repository identified the remote repository. So that is the reason, execute the third command, git commit -m git commit -m. It is the first file. We are transmitting the file. File name is readme.md. We are committing readme.md. This is the message. Now execute. Now one file is moved to uh, local repository area. Okay. If you want to verify, click on the command git status. So see here, nothing to commit. Everything is available in the local repository area. So now git commit readme.md. Now finally, last one, we need to push our changes into the remote repository. See here, remote repository, we don't have any files. Now in my local repository there is a one file, that readme.md. This readme.md now move to local repository area. Next command, git push command. As per the life cycle, next command is a git push command. Okay, Now there are two more commands are added here. So now what are these two commands? If you want to push any files, at least we should have one branch inside the remote repository. Okay, in the remote repository we should have at least one branch. Then only we can push our content. Okay, now if you want to save the file in the local system, we need to open at least one folder, one location, C drive, D drive or desktop. Then only we can save the file. So similarly here also, if you want to push the files into the remote repository, the remote repository should have at least one branch. The branch, by default branch is a main. So now whenever you executed this command, the remote repository having one branch name is a main. Now execute. Now one branch is created. Refresh. No, the branch is not, we cannot see the branch, right? Now, then after that, so if you executed the push command, it won't transfer to the data to the remote repository. We need to add the origin. Okay. Up to now, we don't have any relation between local repository to remote repository. So remote repository here, local repository, the data contains the data, whatever data is available inside the local repository. The local repository contains the data. But to push the remote repository, the local repository don't know anything inside the remote repository. The local repository having the connection with my account. Okay, in my account there are number of repositories are there. Okay, the local repository don't know where it has to push the data into the remote repository. That is the reason we need to add this address, this repository address. So now this repository address is called as a origin. The origin is nothing but it is a remote repository address. So see here, git remote add origin. Now my account repository name is firstapp.git. Okay, so whenever you executed this command, that the local repository having the connection with the remote repository. Okay, now the local repository connected with the remote repository. Now the whatever path, the path is established to transfer the data from local repository to remote repository. Now what this directory, first app directory, the directory having the .git folder, the .git folder says the origin of the folder. Whenever you executed commands inside this particular directory, those operations are performing on the remote repository, this remote repository. Now we established the clear path. Now remote origin added. Final command is git push command. Copy this command git push -u origin main command, git push -u origin main. Execute the command. Up to now, see here I entered, while the configuration I entered only username and email. I didn't enter any password, right? Now that is the reason you can see the pop-up whenever you enter the push command. For the security purpose, it asking to the browser. Okay, here there are two options. One is a sign in with the browser, sign in with the code. All of you choose the sign in with the browser. Before clicking this browser, your browser should log in with the GitHub. Okay, in my browser I log in with the GitHub. Now click on sign in to the browser. It is the security purpose. It is a it, it it will ask one time only. For sign in with the browser, click on sign in with the browser. My account already opened, that is the reason authentication successful. When the authentication is successful, See here, entire information move to the Git remote repository, GitHub remote repository. Now come to the remote repository. See here, we didn't see any changes. Okay. Now refresh the readme.md, push into the remote repository. See here, this is the local directory readme.md. The readme.md now available in the remote repository. Data transmitted local repository to remote repository. Right? Next one, if you want to add one more file, first time we created a path. Okay. Second, again I created one more file. We'll use the echo command. Echo, we will use file name is file1.txt. Text is file1. Okay. Now we created one more file. File name is file1. Okay. Now the local repository having the two files. This is my new file. I created, I updated. Now my remote repository having the only one file. Now I want to push second file into the remote repository. Now we need to follow the lifecycle steps. But once it is lifecycle configured, we no need to enter all the commands again. Okay, we can second time push, second time onwards. What we have to do? Just we will already Git folder is there. Our local directory identified by the Git. Now Git commit. We no need to add any branch. We have already main branch. We already added the origin. So now this existing already existing folder project repository. Then we will use the second time onwards. We will use only these three commands. Okay, next time, second time onwards, we will use these three commands. Whenever you created the local repository, remote repository, first time, we need to execute all lifecycle commands along with the branch and origin. But from the second time onwards, uh, we will use these three commands because the lifecycle path already created while pushing the first file. So now from the second time onwards, git add, I will add the file1.txt. So now instead of adding file1, just I will use the dot. Dot means all the files, whatever files available inside the project directory. Readme.md already available. So whenever you use the push command, what happens here? The compiler checks local repository and remote repository, and any extra files are there available, any difference is there, the different files will be pushed into the remote repository. Readme file already there, so now no need to worry about the whatever file. Okay, new file, whatever new file, this file one only transferred from local system to remote repository. So now git add dot, then after git commit, hyphen m message is file1. I'm going to commit file1. Now git push origin main, file2 also transmitted to the remote repository. Refresh. The file 1 also available in the remote repository. This is the way we will use the push command. Okay. First time we will establish the Git life cycle through the commands. Then second time onwards we will use the this commands. We'll use these commands. 3 commands only. Now second operation, fetch and merge. So now fetch and merge, these two commands especially do the transaction from remote repository to local. So up to now what we discussed about one transaction local to remote repository. We are going to discuss the next second way of transaction. One is a remote repository to the local repository. Right? Fetch and merge operations. These two are the operations. Fetch and merge operations. Now first these two operations are download the latest changes from repository to local repository. Uh, Now first we'll see the fetch operation. Command is git fetch origin. Command is git fetch origin. So now local repository having the two files, remote repository having the two files. Right? If you created any file in the remote repository for the fetch operation, just create one file. Now here in the click on add file in the remote repository, click on add file, create new file. File name is file2.txt. Enter some text. File2 file2.txt. Click on commit changes. Commit directly to the main branch. No need to create a separate branch. Changes into the commit branch. Click on commit changes. Now see here. So remote repository having the remote repository having the three files, readme, file 1, file 2. But your local repository having only two files. But if you want to try to do some operations, it may conflict. So now remote repository, local repository should have the same content. So that is the reason. First, whenever you have a changes into the uh, local directory, we need to use the push operation to send the details to the remote. And whenever you have the changes in through the you did the changes through the remote repository, now fetch the details into the local repository. Now first for this purpose, use the command git fetch horizon. So now git fetch horizon, everything is downloaded. See the local system. Whenever you observe the local system, there is a no file downloaded. See here, this file 2.txt not available in the local system. What is the task of the fetch operation? Fetch operation download the changes remote repository, but not merging into the local repository. Okay, it will not merge into the local repository. Now, if you want to verify the status, type the command git status. So see here. So now git status. So here The Git status saying local repository, remote repository is not a same content. So now it asking to use the git pull operation. We will discuss pull later. Now here if you want to download everything from remote repository to the local repository, we need to perform another operation, merge operation. Merge operation is nothing but this merge operation. The merge operation is used to merge your whatever fetching the content to the local repository. Now first of all, if you want to verify changes are there, first we'll follow the steps. First fetch operation, first step 1, fetch the latest changes by using the command git fetch origin. Step 2, uh, check the status by using the command git status. Third step, so now in the git status we identify remote repository and local repository don't have the same content. Now we can see differences. If you want to see the differences, whatever differences are there, git log, okay, execute this command. So now this command is used to view the differences. So see here file 2. So now it clearly showing file 2 is not available in the local directory. Okay, we can directly use the difference command also. Git okay, this command also same, both are same. You can use git logs or you can use git difference. It's showing file 2 is not available. So file 2 is not available. So that's why it's not both are not same. It's showing. For this purpose, what we have to do, merge command. Step 4, we need to merge the changes. So merge command is git merge origin main. Okay, without fetch command we cannot merge anything. Okay, first we need to apply the fetch. The changes will download it to the local repository. Now fetch the local repository details into the directory, project directory. Execute command git merge origin main. See here the file 2 is downloaded into local repository. Now if you want to perform transaction from local to remote, we will use the push command. Remote to local, we will have to use the fetch and merge command. So now for fetch and merge command is okay, it's very good, but this command shows the differences, but there is a alternate method is there, that is called pull operation. Pull operation. The pull operation is a combination of fetch, and merge. So single command fetch the data and merge the data into the directory. The fetch command download the changes and merge command integrate with the project directory. But instead of using these two commands, so now we can use the single command. The command is called pull operation. Okay. Now command is git pull origin main. So now git pull origin main. We'll see the pull operation. Here create one more file. Click on add new file. File name is file3.txt. Enter some text. File3. Click on commit changes. Click on commit. So now file3 is created. Alright. File3 is created. Previously, whenever you created file2, we'll use the fetch merge operation. Now here we are going to use directly pull command. Before that, just check the git status. The branches are up to date, it's showing. Okay. So now we will use the command git pull origin main. So now file3 downloaded into the local system with one command. Okay, see here file3 downloaded to the local system. Now this is the way we will perform the transaction on remote to local. There are three operations: fetching, merge and pull operations. These three operations are used to fetch the data from remote to local. Next operations: reset and revert. Reset and revert. So now these are used to undo the your commits. Okay. Uh, the, first of all, let's discuss about git reset. The git reset command is used to move the current branch to previous commit. For example, let's see the example. Now we are creating one more file. Use the echo command. I'm going to create a file 4. Right. Then after now add this git add file 4. Okay, file4.txt, git commit -m file4. Right. Similarly, create one more file5, and git add file5. Already one commit is there. We need to push the data into the here, remote repository. Now commit 5, file5. See here, after some time I thought I don't want to send file5. Okay. Now, but as per the Git life cycle, at any cost, I need to I need to send the file5. I mean, at any at any cost, I need to send the file4 and file5 because these two are in the local repository area. I cannot take back. So that is the reason we will use the reset. In the reset, in the reset, uh, we can delete that particular commit. Okay, so now reset before push, reset after push. Okay, first we'll see before push. So before push, if you want to reset, see here, this is the situation. I have a two commits, one is a file4 and file5, but I didn't push. But before pushing, I want to delete the file5. Now what I will do, just first I will check the logs. Git log one line, before push git log one line. Now see here how many commits are there. File3 created. So now up to this part already available in the remote repository. File4 and file5, these two are the not available in the remote repository but available in the local repository. Now file5 is a head. Okay, what I want to do, I want to delete the file5. I want to delete the file5 from the commit, then only I will push the file4. For that purpose, what we need to do, we need to use the command git reset the hard head 1. Okay, this is the command I will use. What is the top head? So now it deleted. Now head is the file4. Okay, file5 automatically deleted. Now file4 is the head. If you want to verify, see here, there is no file5 commit. The local repository don't have file5. See here, the file5 deleted from the local system. File5 is not available. So now I will push the file4. Git push -u origin main. So file4 move to the remote repository. Refresh. By mistake I committed file5, but I don't want that file5. That is the reason I deleted file 5 by using reset. So this is the before push. So now by mistake you pushed, now it is okay. After push, but by mistake you push the content. Create one more file 5. Create file 5. Add file 5. Commit file 5 and push the changes. Now what I did, I by mistake I pushed the changes into the remote repository. See here file 5. But I want to delete now. I want to delete in both local system and remote repository. Okay. If you are if you are using reset command, this is the reset command. Same, if you are using reset command here, let's see what happened. Okay, it deleted file 5 from the local repository, but still file 5 in a remote repository. Okay, some changes are automatically pushed without I don't want file 5, but whenever you if I using the reset command, it deleted local repository only. It's not deleted from the remote repository. So that is the reason we need to use the command git push hyphen force origin main. Okay, now I am forcing to the compiler, or you can use hyphen f, both are same. So now you can use git push origin main. Now whatever local repository having, so that automatically force update to the remote repository. Now see here, the file 5 is not available. Whatever local repository having, that content is available in the remote repository. Okay, this is the way we will use the reset. Reset is the command or operation. This reset is used to undo the commit changes from your local repository and the remote repository also. So next, revert. So revert is a command. It's unlike reset. It won't delete commit changes permanently. Instead of deleting changes permanently, it will create a new commit. Instead of deleting changes, it will create a new commit. It refers to the selected commit. For example, we have a commit. For example, I will create a sixth file 6. Okay, file 6.txt. Git add file 6. Now git push git commit file 6. Okay, now changes are committed. If you want to delete file 6, we will use the reset command. But if you are using If you want to verify, first we need to verify the logs. So now file 6 is the main origin now. Now we will, if you want to delete, if you want to revert whatever file, then we will use git revert. This ID we will use git revert this ID or head. You can use ID or head, both are same. I will go with the head. So now see here, whenever you using the revert, it asking the permission. Now here it open the logs, so that is a click on escape button and type colon WQ and enter. It asking the, it open the log data. Whenever it should see like that, you no need to worry. Click on escape. Click on escape. Type colon. See here in the left corner, whatever you typing in WQ. Press enter. It comes out of the log. Okay, the whatever log comes out of the log. Revert file. Now let's see what happens. See here, instead of deleting file previous commit, it reverting the file 6. See here, file 6 is not available. So now, but history is available. History is available, but file 6 is not available. It won't delete the history. Whenever you using the reset, then it deleting the history or file everything. But whenever you using the revert, it won't delete. It won't delete the history of the content. Okay. So now the revert we can use the before push only. So after push we cannot do any changes. So now use the git push. So everything is up to date. So that is the way we will use the reset and revert. Reset and revert is used to undo the commit changes. So now this is the reset and revert. Finally, one more operations are there. Fifth one, clone and fork. Clone and fork, these two are used to download the changes. Okay, first git clone, the command is used to create a complete copy. Okay, so clone command is git clone repo URL. Okay, this clone is used to download remote repo into local system. Okay, now whenever you use the git clone, your project, whatever project available inside the rep in a GitHub, so now it will clone into our system. The next one is a fork. Fork is not a Git operation. It is not a Git operation. Just fork is used to uh, it is not a operation command. It is a feature. It is a one of the feature. Okay, that feature. What we'll do with this feature? This feature is used to copy another repository. Another repository. It is used to copy another uh, another repo into your account. The fork is used to create another for another others project into your system. So how it is to implement the fork? What we have to do first? We need to open a remote repository. So now in the top right corner, click on the fork. We can see the top right corner. We can see the top right corner. Next, whenever you click on the fork, GitHub copies that repo into your account. Okay, so now, so fork is not an operation. It is just if you want to copy another's project into your account, then we will use the fork. For example, see here. Now I want to verify. First, go to the search bar. Mm, React project hospital management system React project. I want one React project hospital management system. See here, whenever you search for this one, so see here, someone created hospital management system React Springboard project is a full stack application. Now copy, open this one. So see here, this one is created. This is his project. So now this project is created by someone. Now what I want to do, I want to whenever I want to move this project into my account. So then we will use the fork. Now use the fork, it's a top right corner, you can use the fork button. Click on the fork button. Now that repository, see here, that repo, click on the fork. If you want to update, you can update the title also. Now create a fork. The hospital management system is forked to my account, copied to my account. So see here, if you want to verify, now go to the your profile, click on the repositories. See here second project. This is a second repository. This repository is not created by me, but it forked from some other's profile. Okay, this profile is forked. If you want to copy some other's project into your repository, your account, then simply fork the project. Okay, once is that is a fork. Second one, clone. Second one, clone. All right, clone is nothing but download the repository into your local system. If you want to download the repository into your remote repository, we will use the fork. If you want to download the remote repository into local system, then we will use the clone. Okay. Now for that purpose, I want to get a URL, repository URL. Go to the website. Now here, click on open any repository. Click on the code. Now you can see the URL. See here, this is the URL. Copy this URL. You can copy this, or otherwise you can copy this URL. Copy this URL. Now I want to download the project into my local system. Now close the command prompt. I will use the another location desktop. I want to download my project into the local system. CMD. Open this desktop location with the command prompt. Now desktop open. Type the command git clone URL. So see here, this is the URL whatever I copied. Git clone URL. Click on enter. The hospital management system downloaded to my local system. See here. The hospital management system downloaded to my local system. So this is the way we will clone and fork others project into our local system or our account. Finally, one more thing we are going to discuss. Now, first tab. Come to the first tab. Open this one command prompt. See here, type the command git config hyphen list. So see here, in this configuration, see here, the folder directory having the origin. So remote origin, this is the remote origin. Okay. Now you don't want to connect with this remote this project with the particular for this directory first tab remote repository first tab repository. Now the local whatever local directory having the relation or connection with the remote repository first tab, but you don't want to keep that but keep the this connection, but you don't want to maintain life cycle with this repository. You want to work with another repository, but if we try to push this content into another repository, it won't work. It won't work. Why because this repository having the origin added. Okay, first if you want to work with another repository using your local directory, now we need to delete origin, then only we'll work with the another repository we using same folder. Okay, now first of all we need to remove the origin. To create a origin, Command is to create a origin. Command is git remote add origin. Git remote add origin using repo URL. Okay. Now if you want to delete the origin, command is git remove remote origin. Okay. Git remove remote origin. So it's showing the command and so git, just a minute. Oh, sorry. Git remote remove origin. So origin removed. Again, see here, origin removed. Whenever you observe, the origin is removed from this particular folder. Now we don't. This local repository don't have any relation with the remote repository. Now you can add another origin into the project directory. Now you can use another remote repository. So now here condition is one. Our local repository work with only one remote repository. That is a condition. Thank you.